Alaska. I'm up here in Anchorage, Alaska. I do the carnivore diet. I like to talk about what I do throughout the week. I've been working a lot of crazy hours. I was actually up at 2 o'clock this morning. I started filming around, I think 2. Yeah, I got up about 1:30 this morning. Yeah, that's kind of how my life has been going. So I worked yesterday, got out of work. I kind of fell asleep pretty early yesterday. So about 5, 6 o'clock, I was down. And then I was like wide awake around 1:30. And then I started filming about 2 o'clock. And I already did my, posted my weekly weight loss update for the week and what I'm getting started. And one of the next steps is getting everything prepared for this BBBE challenge, which is bacon, butter, beef, and eggs. And I had to get everything together so I could get that started. So I did. I made a trip to Walmart. I'm going to be making a video about that trip to Walmart. We also crossed over back to Costco because Costco has by far the best meat prices here in the Anchorage district. So yeah, that's what we got going on here. At Walmart, I purchased a couple of these smaller Rubbermaid containers, and this is just in case I want to start preparing some food to take to work with me if I feel I need to while doing this, because typically I only eat OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. That's after I go to work and I come home. But since I'm going to be doing this really strict, carnivore type BB&E challenge, I wanted to make sure I had something just in case I wanted to start packing stuff with me, in case I feel like I'm not getting enough food at night. That way I can maintain myself throughout the day. These weren't very expensive. I think these were only like $3 a piece. I think they were supposed to be $3 a piece, but they actually turned out to be like $4.83. Not sure why, but yeah, Walmart's weird. They don't price their stuff right. I don't even know. With inflation the way it is, it's kind of impossible for them to keep up with a million different products on the shelves. So that doesn't really surprise me. So yeah, these are technically $1.83 more than what was stickered on the shelf. I'm not going to cry over it. We're doing pretty well financially lately because I have been back to work. So I got 2 packages of these. Something else I had to pick up anyways was just a shower curtain. Now I just noticed this brand. I like the Clorox brand of stuff, but I'm on the fence about this. I haven't tried it out yet. This is just a shower curtain for the shower. It was time. We needed a new one. We've been putting it off for months. And yeah, just finances were stupid. I mean, inflation's kicking my butt. I don't know about you guys, but that didn't cost too much. I believe that was a $16 item here at my famous Alaskan Walmart. So another couple of things I did purchase at Walmart. Well, actually, it was only one other thing. Was yeah, I think the shower curtain was the most expensive thing. I did buy a 60-pack of eggs at Walmart, and those were only $12.96 for 60 of those. And I did kind of a price comparison between Costco and Walmart, just for fun, because I used to love shopping videos, guys, like getting in the stores, checking out shortages, looking for inflation. That was kind of my thing that I was into, because I had an eyeball for that. And since I haven't been in the store very much since I started the carnivore diet, it was like, man, it was like a whole new world to me. A lot of the previous shortages up here have been remedied, or at least they're covered up, because they learned how to spread out items throughout the store. They've done a better job managing these Walmarts up here within the last 3 to 4 years, because it was bad. I mean, you'd walk into any Walmart and it looked pretty shoddy. So that Walmart trip, that was $38.62. And then we traveled on over to Costco. Now, this was bought previously, and I bought this specifically to cut up meat. I didn't buy it for fish. I bought my wife a really nice set of fillet knives. She's got a 3-pack. It's got a little to-go box, and she can take it with her on her fishing trips. But I wanted this for the house. That way I'd have a really nice sharp knife, because it's long enough. If I'm trying to cut large pieces of meat, it's got a nice rubber handle. It's got good control, and I'm not worried about it, because if we need to fillet fish, we have another fillet knife. But yes, specifically for cutting up big chunks of meat. That way I can have steaks later on. And that's something I'm getting ready to do here, because just over my shoulder there, you might be able to see that right there. Yeah, that's a big giant chunk of top sirloin that I picked up at Costco just now. I also picked up another tube of 70-30 ground beef. The price there was pretty good. I was happy to see it. It was under $20, so it was $19.62 for a 10-pound chub of 70-30 ground beef. And I believe a couple weeks ago we picked up several tubes at like, I think it was 89 cents a pound, which was great. So this is actually a little bit more expensive than what we got a few weeks back. But yeah, I think we picked up 3 tubes at like 87 cents, 89 cents, right in there. It was under $1 a pound, so that was a great deal. So it was less than $10 for an entire 10-pound tube. And over at Walmart, the price is, for a 10-pound tube of ground beef at Walmart, you're looking at it right under $50. That's crazy. That's what everyday average people that don't have a Costco membership wind up getting into. So if you have a Costco membership or a Costco close by that you can go to, yeah, definitely get a Costco membership. It's only about, I think I only spent like $100, $120. And then since we use it all the time, so we're always in the Costco, going in there, coming back 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes more. We get that money back from our Costco membership business type stuff. They just send us a rebate check at the end of the year. So we just take that check and we put it right back into the next Costco membership. So we're really not purchasing a Costco membership except for more than one time. So it's definitely worth checking out. I did pick up a couple packs of chopped beef sticks, and those up here in Alaska, they cost us around $16.99. And let's see how many's in these packs. So we got 12 sticks in there at $16.99. On average, they're about $1, a little bit over $1 a stick. I passed on the think jerky type beef sticks. I already have some in here, but these chomps go really fast. And the reason I buy these, and I buy them, more than often, is because my sons love to eat these. My wife eats these. My daughters like to eat these. They're a super healthy, filling snack, especially when you're out on a fishing trip or doing something like that. But I want to say hello to the people that joined in already. We only got 9 people in the stream right at the moment. Hey there, Don. I appreciate you jumping in. Hi, Shannon. I appreciate you too. Is that the cat? Yeah, I got Molly at the door. She's wanting out. I have a new cat somewhere that might pop up eventually. But whatever. You know how these cats are. They just do stuff. Sometimes they show up. And I got to be kind of careful when opening this fillet knife. And I hate these packages, how they sell these packages nowadays. Because when you're trying to open a package like this, you can easily cut yourself with a fillet knife. And many years ago, I wound up stabbing myself with a fillet knife when I worked at Walmart. I was unloading the trucks, and one of these knives didn't have a protector on the end. And I think that's why this one here comes with this little plastic protector, because if this package bends, that point sticks right out. And yeah, it can do some damage. Whew. That could have been a cut right there. So now we're out. Little tiny plastic protector. Fell off the tip. And yeah, we're going to put that in the sheath. And we're going to use this here really soon. Oh, wow, they make this protector really, really thin. This is not the best. Okay. This is not the best design for a sheath. This is Kershaw. And the sheath is extremely tight, and it also has these lovely little holes that if you like bent the sheath a little bit, at the end could come out and you could potentially poke and cut yourself. So I don't know about that. I'm not too big of a fan. And guess what? My buddy Helix, this is the new cat to the channel, is right here. So this was a stray that I had my son go grab from across the street. And we get strays from time to time. There's families of cats that like to have kittens here. So, and this was my favorite that I saw across the street. You can't take them all in. It was a big debate taking this little guy in right here. And it is a boy kitty, so we're going to have to do the extra. It's going to cost us about $300 to fix this cat and get a microchip and do all that stuff. And the problem with having cats in the city is if they get out, they can wind up missing. One of our favorite cats, Dusty, wound up missing for almost a week, and the neighbor found it down the street a ways and brought it back. But Helix has been a big ball of joy. Loves to be held, likes to be petted. Yeah, such a great little creature. Super fun. Blends right in with our other cats. So now we have 3 cats here. Go figure. But he's got this problem on his belly. like right in here. He's got like a rib that's protruding, like right there. You can feel it. Now, I don't know if that was a problem at birth, if he got stepped on by somebody random or ran over by a car, which is a total possibility here. But yeah, I just totally don't know. He is a pretty cool cat. I mean, he does like the rest of them. He's like, okay, hey, yeah, we're on camera. We're just going to chill out here. Give me a meat snack. Oh, little buddy. Oh, likes the belly rubs. Yeah, totally loves the belly rubs. I need to start getting my cats some costumes and start dressing them up, because apparently people like that stuff. I'm not sure, but yeah, we're here to talk about the carnivore diet and what I've been doing, what I'm preparing to do for the BBBE challenge, which is just basically cut out all the nonsense. So that means no more hot sauce. I'm not going to be adding cheese into my food. And I might be doing something different, which is, food prep for the week. So if not, I can food prep for the week for when I get home too. So if I decide I don't want to take this stuff to work, not a big deal. But okay, let's get on over here, because I need to start preparing this meat and start cutting it up. I already have my cast iron skillet ready to go. This is the basic setup we have here. He's friendly. My last stray I took in 4 months to hold. Oh, that's too bad. No, this was a really, really tiny kitten, like when we got him. We've had him for a little while. So I got my cutting board set up. Big giant slab of top sirloin. This makes some incredible steaks. So for the price, which wasn't bad, it was only $98.32 for this whole piece of meat. I can make a lot of steaks out of this. I can make a lot better steaks now that I have a really nice knife to cut it. The last time I tried doing it with those cheapo knives, I think I either got at Walmart or Amazon. That didn't work out too well. We already got our cast iron pan preheated. There's some beef tallow in there and a little bit of bacon grease to get it started. But yeah, that's what we got going on right now. So I need to get this over here, kind of get it figured out. We're going to have to get this up and cleaned out a little bit. Try not to cut into my meat too much, because I want all that fat. All that fat is good. That's what we want. So I'm probably going to get messy. Hey, what are you doing over there? You're whining, you're crying to everybody. They can hear you. Okay. Look at that fat cap on that. Wow, that looks great. I'm super happy with that. What is that? A little piece of plastic or paper. Go in there and play. But yeah, this is why I bought this piece of meat right here. It had a lot of fat on this side, and it's got a lot of fat on the other side too. So let me see here. How's my angle? We're looking good. Looking pretty good. Because my hands are going to get a little yucky here, so I won't be able to touch the camera very much. And towel. Okay, wipe the little bloodsy off. So what I am going to do is go over here and get some gloves. That way, when I'm done processing the meat, I can just take the gloves off and have somewhat clean hands for the next step. So something else I should probably do is get some Ziploc bags out and get them ready. Because here we go. Got a bunch of these bags. And let's see, I'm probably going to need at least 6, if not more, because I'm going to cook one of these steaks up right now, because I don't have steaks very often, and this is a treat for me too. Because even here in Alaska, you got a Costco membership. It's kind of expensive to even go out and buy bulk meat like this. So hopefully we can get enough of these bags set up. That's all I'm doing with the bags, is just getting them ready for when I get a halfway decent steak cut. I can start putting them in the bags. I might not even need that many bags, but I can always put them away. So this is just a basic setup. Oh, hey, if you're new to my dirty kitchen, yeah, this is like a thing we do here. So we also make people go, ooh, what are you doing that? You're doing it wrong. I've heard that before. People really didn't like the way I, because I get my chicken frozen, so I put it in the sink and I kind of let it thaw out underneath hot water. And wow, the people were freaking out about that. I was like, good grief. But that's okay. I understand what they're talking about. You know, the bacteria flies around the room. It becomes a problem, but that's okay. So we're gonna have to manhandle this big giant slab. Holy cow, this thing is heavy. I think it said it was 15 pounds. I don't know, but wow. Look at that thing. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, I set it on there like that. I'm rinsing my hands off. This stuff is, rinse some of that coagulation down. And yeah, let's see how much that weighed before I ruin the label completely. And of course, it's on the other sliver. I don't know. I don't know how much that one weighed. I didn't even look at it. Oh, I'm sorry. That was like 15 pounds. So this is 15 pounds of meat we got going on here. Okay. I'm going to bust the knife out. Ta-da. Okay, so I want some decent sized steaks out of this. I think I'm going to go one trip across this way, and then I'm going to slice the rest of them kind of like that. So we're going to see how well this knife cut. Oh my goodness. Check that out. That's like no effort at all. So I'm down to the cutting board, and we are just, oh yeah, we're having fun with this knife. Wow. One more for good measure. Okay, that's what we got there. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That is going to make some amazing steaks. I mean, I could cut them just like that, all the way across. But I was thinking of going the other way. Well, maybe I should just keep going with what I got going on right there. That might be my best option. So I can make some steaks like this. And have a pretty nice steak. Because that is some gorgeous fat on there. Shut that noisy thing off. We don't need that. Okay. So this is the first steak that came out of there. That is beautiful looking. Okay, I'm not sure if I want to keep cutting like that because the grain goes this way. I usually like my steaks going the other direction. But either way, that's going to work. I'm still going to cook it. I'm still going to eat it, and it's still going to be amazing. So I think I'm going to do this half like this. I'm probably going to do the other half like that. See how I like them. No, I'm not a butcher, so don't haze me for my poor cutting skills. I'm just happy to have a knife that's capable of cutting through this super easy. So this is just a regular fillet knife, but it's a little bit longer than the average fillet knife. And it's just making super easy work of cutting through this, and I got a lot of control. Because if you're using a regular kitchen knife, you wind up losing a lot of the control. Okay, they're not perfect, and it doesn't really matter. Okay, like this one on the outside, this one's going to be a little off. But it's still going to be edible. It's still going to be beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful meat. Nice fat on the outside. I can start packaging that up. Okay, not bad. I'm not unhappy at all with this. That might be the one I want to cook up first. So, what am I going to do here? Probably going to try to set this one off over here. We're going to see if I can get these in a bag, because those are going to be for later. Because I can't possibly eat all this at one time. We'll see. I didn't get all the way through there. My bad. I thought I got that one all done. Okay. But yeah, this is going to be great. I think I can get 2 steaks in each bag. Oh, and again, boom, like that. Look at the size of that thing. That's a heavy steak. That's about 2 pounds worth of steak right there. Okay. Now I'm just going to seal these up, and these are going to go in the freezer or the fridge, probably the freezer. If it gets a little frost on it, it's really not a big deal because you just rinse it off if you got a problem with frost. Okay, let's get this one set up. All right, wow. I am starving just looking at this. I don't get steak very often around here. I've done 90% of my carnivore type meat-based diet with mainly, well, that is a heavy steak. That's 2.5, like 3 pounds of meat right here. That's gorgeous. So I've done 90% of my meat-based diet with mainly hamburger meat because it's super affordable. It's a super affordable way to get started on the carnivore diet. I'm going to be talking a lot about that in my next video that's coming out when I actually go shopping with you guys, because I took you guys shopping. You just don't know it yet. And we went to Walmart and went to Costco. Had a pretty good time. So like I said before, I was going to cut this one here a little different. That way I can have some smaller steaks. Okay. I'm going to cut them approximately in 1-inch slabs. See how the first one comes out. Okay, that's not bad. See, that's probably the way I should have cut it the first time. That feels right. Definitely going to work. So I could probably fit about 4 of these in a bag. All right, one more for good measure. It's got a really nice fat cap on here. So I got word last night that Kerry's coming to town. He's supposed to be flying in sometime this morning. Kerry from Homestead How, and he's a big giant carnivore YouTuber. He spent a lot of time researching the stuff, doing the science. He was a lot like me when he got started. He was severely depressed and overweight. We were both eating crap, garbage type food, and we figured it out on our own. We figured out how to get better, how to get healthier. And also we were, he was already a YouTuber. He's had a lot of experience with YouTube. So naturally he's going to run with it and, keep it alive, especially once he found out all the benefits. And everybody should know about this stuff. You eat steak, you eat meat, you naturally get healthier. You eat all the fat too. You don't throw away the fat. The fat is where it's at. My native relatives would get absolutely pissed off at me if I started throwing away fat and other stuff. Because the fat is what they use, to live life up here in Alaska, especially in the wintertime. Now I need to start tossing these in bags. We'll start on this end. But yeah, look at that. Woo! That's gorgeous. Okay, that is going to make somebody very happy at dinner time. I think I can fit 3 this way. Okay. That'll make a nice dinner when the family gets home from hunting, because they're out hunting right now. Okay. Press some of the air out. I don't want too much air in there. Not too worried about it. Like I said, these steaks are not going to last long. They'll be gone soon. And I'm kicking a kitten. Back you guys up just a little bit. There we go. All right, now get the next 4 in this bag. And then, yeah, I think I got more than enough bags out this time. All right. That one in there. And then that one in there. There we go. Not too bad. I'm not upset with this. Okay, so 3 per bag is pretty good. There we go. Push some of that air out. And those will be ready for the fridge or the freezer. And then I need to finish up cutting this one here. I really picked out a good piece of meat here. This has been a winner. I'm just going to leave that like that. I don't care if they're oddball sized and they're not pretty. They don't have to be pretty, because it really doesn't matter. They're going to get eaten. But I really like the piece of meat I picked out because it was really uniformed. Yeah, that's pretty thick, but it's got a lot of fat on it, so it's going to be really good. And this piece here, another end. Boom. You up there. Rinse my gloves off one more time. Then we're going to start cooking up this one piece over here. Because I am hungry. And we want steak today. Need to get that put away in the fridge. This bag here, don't need to worry about that. Now this is why I have gloves on. Okay, let's rinse this knife off. Okay. That kind of cleaned up. Now fillet knives, like any knife, you got to be pretty freaking careful with. You don't want to mess yourself up with these things. Like I said, remember this sheath is really skinny. There's not a whole lot of meat to hold on to. So if you got bad eyesight, yeah, you could potentially screw up with this knife. But it's super sharp. It's long enough. It's got good control, even if your hands get a little wet and slimy. So I would imagine it'd be a good fillet knife for fishing. All right, that's done. That's done. Pick this up. Get it out of the sink. I don't need that in the sink anymore. And throw it away. There we go. Hey, stop yelling at me. You know what I'm doing. I do this enough. You know this. Okay. I feel sweaty. Okay, I got that going. I haven't been able to look at the comments since I started all that because my hands were yucky and we're just messing around with meat. So I'm going to flip you guys around. Da-da-da, that's what I got. I'm going to cook that one right now. So I'm super hungry. United Carnivore. Carnivores Unite. Very nice. I like that handle, by the way. Holly Hobbies. Yeah. Okay. You want to go outside? And for those of you just tuning in, that's my new kitten right there. That one just showed up. So if you guys like cats and random cat bombs in the videos, you can always expect that here. All right. There. That's my kitty litter box. I need to clean it. There goes another one. There's Dusty. Get out. Go play. All of you can go play. Yeah, I'm kind of sweaty. Kind of hot in here. So I've got my cast iron skillet going. I'm letting it heat up. It's already got the beef tallow in there. So when it gets piping hot, that's when I'm going to drop this steak on. The only thing I'm going to add throughout this BBBE challenge is salt. So if I have eggs, I might add salt to it. If I have steak, I might add salt to it. Same thing with hamburger. Bacon, it's already salted. No reason to salt it anymore. I really slowed down on the bacon consumption, even though I tried really hard to mess up the carnivore diet. Like I was eating pound after pound after pound of bacon. I was eating so many pounds of bacon because, yeah, I'm that kind of guy who tries to screw stuff up. But all I did was get healthier in the process. So I had pounds of bacon, I had hundreds of eggs, and I got healthier as a result. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought when I went and got my blood work done, my levels were just going to be off the charts, and yeah, my blood pressure is going to be through the roof. Nope, it wasn't. Everything got better. I mean, considerably better. It was better than when I was better before. When I was active and in the military, doing exercises all the time, my blood pressure was better than that. And then even when I did a work fit test, my blood pressure did get elevated, but the recovery rate was just like, comes right back down. I was like, holy cow, that's awesome. That cut of meat is just like the tenderloin is excellent. That is exactly what it is. I mean, it's basically a tenderloin, right? Top sirloin, tenderloin. I don't know. I really don't know the differences in meat, but when I was shopping for it, I was looking for that specific type because that's what I bought previously in the carnivore diet, and I was using it just as an experiment. I was like, I didn't know anything about meat. I didn't even know how to cook a steak. You guys taught me how to cook a steak, because I was doing it wrong. I was using olive oil. Bad idea. Don't use olive oil to cook steak. It turns into carcinogens. It gets too hot. Okay, let's get this steak ready to go. Now, one thing I can do is get my steak ready. I can actually salt it while it's here. Oh, wow. I still have some. I have very little Himalayan salt left. We're just going to get it ready. And we're going to generously salt the steak. Now, once I put it on a skillet, I'm going to put it on a skillet salt side down. And then I'm going to generously salt the other side while it's searing on one side. Oh, yeah. Since I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm not very good in the kitchen, I always forget things, like important things. Gonna have to have those. Now, these are like outside barbecue type, but they work even in a kitchen type atmosphere. So that's what I'm gonna use. Okay, I got just a little bit of smoking going on. Just the bacon grease burning off. Now we're gonna get a sear on this, and we're probably gonna set my son's smoke alarm off. And here is messy bedroom and all the junk food that kids like to eat, called fish and bread and yuck. Yeah, stay out of there. Okay, so here we are. We're gonna get this. Ooh, I think you're okay right there. Gonna get this ready to go. Since we salted this side. Oh yeah, listen to that. Here, my dog. You can have the num-nums. Like I said, we're gonna lay that down. Gotta salt the heck out of this side too. That's all I'm going to use for seasoning. That looks great. What do you guys think about that? Got a steak on the cast iron. It's going to taste so good here in just a minute. Now I'm going to lay for this side, give it a little bit more time. Then I'm going to give it a nice flip. I got that oil all nice piping hot. It's kind of making a mess. There. That way when it starts spitting all over the place, it's only spitting in there. But we're not going to leave it like that for long because you've got to flip it pretty soon. And then I'm going to work on the sides and get them all nice and softened up. Get that fat in there all nice and softened up. And yeah, we're going to have some food. So yeah, this is the starter kit for the BBBE. My dog is cleaning off the cutting board like a good girl. She does good. Okay, see what we can do here. Dun dun dun. Think it's ready to give it a check? Oh yeah, look at that. Gonna get a nice good sear on this. Does anybody remember the temperature, internal temperature you cook steak for like a medium rare? I can't remember. So like 120 or 125? This is the part where patience comes in handy. You're looking at 117? Okay. Yeah, we're just getting the sear now. We're not worried about internal temp right at the moment. For those of you that have never cooked steak before, I didn't know anything about cooking steak until I started the carnivore diet. I used to destroy steaks because I'd cook them wrong. I didn't know much about them. I'm just working on the ends, getting them started. And from what I was told, you just try to sear it all the way around. That way when you start working on the internal temp, it doesn't lose all the nice juicy flavors. It also helps cook that fat, that nice fat you got on the end. All right, we're gonna set you down. I gotta work it a little bit because it's not the flattest steak I've ever made. So this end's really thin, this end's kind of fat. Now something I can do here is I can add butter, because butter is part of the BBBE. That works too. Let's see if we have any butter. Yeah, we do. Okay. Now this is salted Kerrygold butter. That'll work quite nicely with what I'm doing here. Just gonna let that hang out in there. And we can get our little thermometer out. That's something else I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy a different thermometer. So you said 117. Part of this steak is going to be overcooked. Okay. I have to figure out how to get you in there. Shut that down for a little bit. All right, now this is where we're at. That didn't help. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. It's not very hot in there. So we're going to turn down the heat of the cast iron. And then we're going to wait a little bit, and then we're going to flip it again and probably flip it again to get it about. Hey, King Eddie. Well, you can learn how to cook with me, bro. I mean, this isn't rocket science here, but it's a whole lot more fun when you make your own steak at home. Because, yeah, for 95 bucks. Let's see. I got that one big steak over there. I got 1, 2, 3 steaks here. I got 6 steaks. 7, 8, 9. I got 9 steaks, and then I got 4 more really large ones. So there's. What was that? I lost count. That's a lot of steaks. So you divide all those steaks by about $95, what I spent on this big giant piece of meat. And that's super savings compared to going out and buying these steaks. You know, because just Just one of these. Just one of these. There's 2 in this package. Just one of these would be like 25, 35 bucks here at the supermarket, maybe more. Yeah, it gets incredibly expensive. And I would have never known this if I didn't start doing the carnivore diet. I've always loved meat in the first place, but I didn't have any idea that it was like that much cheaper just going out and buying like a side of beef or a big giant piece like I did today. Whew. Oh. Okay, that's hot. You guys flipped around. Man, I just went carnivore 5 days ago, always looking for good cuts. Yeah, so if you can get a Costco membership, definitely hit up Costco and give them a shot. Because, yeah, that's seriously where it's at if you want to save money for right now. Unless, of course, you live in Texas and you have a butcher down there. Oh, I almost did that. That would suck. Where am I at? I'm only at like 84 degrees internal. Just going to take you out for a second. Just need the flip. Nice and rubbery. Look at that. Okay. Now I got the temperature way down. We're at right around medium here. So this is low. So yeah, I'm right at medium. And you can hear that sizzle going on right there. We're going to cover that for a little bit. We're going to step away from the fire and go this way. So I might need to figure out some room in the freezer. See what I got going on here. My wife has a whole bunch of fish heads in here. We save our fish heads for our aka up in the village. So when our native relatives come to town and they're heading back up to Nome, that way they can take all these fish heads with them. That's all these are in this bag. From when my wife catches fish, she just collects the fish heads. They're unfortunately taking up a lot of frickin' space in my freezer. There's a lot of fish heads in there. Okay, we need to put these away in the freezer. They're heavy. Good Lord. Goodness, get in there. And somebody took out, I had a piece of cardboard in here on the bottom rack so that they wouldn't like compress in there in such a way. So yeah, some ding dong took the cardboard out. Because when you stack a whole bunch of meat, you know, like 10, 12 pounds of meat in there, it tends to screw it up and they get stuck to the rack. Yeah, heavy. So, okay, this is what I got going on in here, guys. I'm going to show you what's going on. Hey, that's my trash can. Yeah, see these bags here, these are all fish heads. Bag there. I got a bag up here as well. And if you put a piece of cardboard over these racks and then set your meat down on top, it doesn't get these little grate marks in it. Because it kind of makes it a pain in the butt that way. But somebody was nice enough to take those out. And whatever. Okay, back to the process. Where are we at now? Oh, let's pick the cutting board up and get it put away. Time to start checking the temperature again. Kind of looks like it needs more butter. Okay. I'm going to scoot you around. Oh, we're getting close.
Got the butter all nice and browned up. So right now I'm at about 101 internal. We're gonna flip it over and check it out, what it looks like on the other side. I'm just pressing it hard enough to get contact. I'm not pressing it to push the juices out because I don't. This is why it's seared all the way around, so hopefully I can hold the juices in there. I'm just trying to get, because it's kind of cupped like this, I'm trying to flatten it out enough to get it to touch so I can sear some of that inner part. See if I can get it up here and show you. See how this part is dipped in a little bit. Give you a good stab. Put that in there. No way. Really? Okay, well it's saying it's 135 now. I don't know. By the way, when you use this type of thermometer, you got to be careful. They get hot. All right. I'm going to call that good. I can eat a steak as rare as it can get. Okay. Call that good. This bad boy plated up. We're going to start cutting into it. There we go. Okay. This is what we got. Now I need to find stuff. What happened now? Did I screw it up? I tried not to. I didn't do it on purpose if I did. So we're gonna let this pan cool off and then the dog will want it afterwards. Now I don't know about you guys. I like using a straight edge knife, not the serrated type when I'm cutting steak, because I don't like how it rips the meat. It just tears it up. Come on, up, 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 up. And Daddy should get some water. I definitely need some water. I'm eating a big giant piece of steak. Now something else I could do is I could actually make some eggs too. Yeah, you guys want to do that? Anybody want to see eggs? We can make eggs. Steak and eggs, because that's going to rest a little bit. So I got plenty of time to make some eggs. I already have pre-seasoned pans ready to go. There we go. That sucker fired up. Yeah, we're going to make some eggs. Because steak and eggs is just an amazing combination. I don't care. It's awesome. You know, I used to laugh when I was a kid when I used to see the old guys, the old farts. And they were always pretty healthy too, by the way. The old farts, they'd be sitting at the restaurant, they'd be ordering steak and eggs. And I thought they were crazy. I was like, I don't know why or how you can eat steak and eggs. And then now that I'm becoming an old fart myself, it makes more sense. It's like, oh, now I know why they're eating the steak and eggs, is because they don't want to be unhealthy. They want to have enough energy to do what they need to do. Super important stuff. Holly's lazy. Let's see. I'd fry the eggs in the same pan. Okay, if I tried to fry the eggs in that pan, it would turn out as a disaster from experience. So that's the only reason I don't do it that way in that pan. Because I've tried it over and over and over again, and that's just an epic failure. But you guys spun around. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, we're going to use a little bit of bacon grease. Let that melt. I always get my pan ripping hot, and then I'll turn it down. I do not know how to do the one-handed egg crack. Never been very good at that, unfortunately. Okay. Cover that for a second. Let it do its thing. Meanwhile, I need the plate. The plate's hiding over here. I need it somewhat close. It doesn't have to be like right on top of everything. It just needs to be somewhat close. That way, when I get ready, I can move the egg right to the plate. And the reason I cover that is to hopefully it helps, you know, kind of steam the top of it. While it's frying in there, it holds all this extra heat that's coming off, and it makes it look like that in just a little bit. Oh no, what did I do? Oh, that's horrible. See, look, I already made a mistake. I do this just for you guys. See, I make a big mistake, and I turn it into a mistake. Oh, get back over there where you belong. Okay. Usually with bacon grease, it releases pretty easily. So now I just get it ready to go, and I bent my pan, so it's got a funny bend there. Just give it a nice little flip. It'll just sit like that for a few seconds, then I'll start on the next one. And then we can start eating that soon, because it's going to be nice and rested. Right? Leave them a little runny. Yeah, I like them a little bit runny. Not too runny, though. See if I can get it to loosen up. And that's pretty loose. Okay. Gonna have to get that piece up. Alright. See, now there's a little wiggle in the middle of that egg. I'm gonna put that over here. Boom. That is the first one down. I'll start on the second one. This is so awkward. I was supposed to go out and buy a phone this weekend, but I didn't because I have a daughter's birthday coming up. You know, we just got the Jeep back out of the transmission shop, so I still have to pay off on that loan. That's going to take me a little while. Yes. We're probably going to have to cook more bacon to get more bacon grease. I really like my eggs cooked with bacon grease. Okay, there we go. That's all nice and hot. We're going to do 3 eggs total. Woo! I think I might have screwed that one up already. Okay. Let that one get going. But yeah, last night I had a burger bowl when I got home, so about a pound and a half of ground beef, cooked in the cast iron skillet, a little bit of beef tallow, a little bit of bacon grease in the skillet. I added a little bit of cheese on top, a little bit of cheese, little bit. I didn't get too crazy with the cheese. I was using some of my Redmond's seasoned salt, and that's going to be the last of that. I'm not going to be able to use this for a while, so because I'm just doing the BBBE challenge. Now, when you're doing the challenge, you just need to cut everything out. I mean, everything. So it's literally just beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. That's it. You got to do that for a period of time. And the whole process behind that is ultimate elimination. You want to take everything out. And then when you get done, you might start adding something back in, something random. It could be something unhealthy. It could be something that you think is healthy that might have never caused you a problem in the past. That's the whole point of doing a BBBE type diet. Take it all away and then start putting something back in. And that way it gives us a good way to gauge what's been doing what to us. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, that's boss right there. Yum. Okay. All I gotta do is give it a flip. Can I do it? You guys think? What do you think? It's ready to go. Look at that thing slide on the pan. Whoa. Oh, there we go. I did okay. I want to get new pans. I want to get new pans. At some point, now that we're starting to get back in the money, I do have this type of cast iron here. It's not good for eggs. I need to figure out a good pan that doesn't have this crazy coating on it that I can use for cooking eggs, and hopefully have the similar results to this. I have thought about buying some stainless steel, trying that out, because there is a technique with stainless steel. You gotta just know the technique is all. So, all right, here's egg number 2, like that. Normally I would say I'd be done right there, but nope. We're gonna do 3 eggs. I said 3 eggs, we're gonna do 3 eggs. Okay, that's it for the bacon grease. I won't need any more of that, so it can go hide away in the corner over there. And since I live in Alaska, you can actually put bacon grease on the counter. You can put butter on the counter up here. It's not going to go bad. I've never had butter go bad or rancid on the counter. I even have my beef tallow, you know, that was sitting over here. This has been sitting on the counter pretty much since we got it. So we got bacon grease, we got butter dish, we got this. I don't even use olive oil anymore. My wife does. And we also use this too. This is a pretty decent product if you should, you know, not want to use bacon grease or you run out. So it kind of works that way. But that's not a bad product. That chosen avocado oil spray is much better than using the other stuff like Pam. That is too much smoke. Calm down. I say calm down in there. All right. Let's get an egg in here and see what happens. Oh, come back. Oh, it's getting worse. There we go. It wouldn't be a live stream if I didn't screw something up. But as long as I don't screw the steak up, you know, we're doing good. I mean, take a look at that. I mean, that's like, oh my goodness. Got some natural juices flowing around on the plate. Yeah, that's looking good there. I'm happy. Put the eggs away. This is going to be a long 90 days because I'm dreading the fact that I'm doing this for 90 days. It's just this. It's just beef, eggs, butter, and bacon for 90 days. It seems like a really long time, and this is day 1. This is day 1. I'm not miserable about it because I know I'm going to feel better, because I always feel better after I do these things. Okay, that's loosened up. Now we're going to... All right. Wow, that's 3 times today. 3. Oh, 3. But I didn't screw it up. I didn't break the yolk by accident. I usually break the yolk. Okay, you're all loosened up. Sliding around. That one is not cooked as well. I didn't leave it on the other side long enough. I mean, that's like beyond runny there. Gonna have to flip it back over, huh? What do you guys think? Flip it back over one more time? You must be watching Ken Berry too. Yeah, I watch Ken Berry once in a while. He does have a lot of, Dr. Ken Berry's got a lot of great information, you know, when it comes to the carnivore diet and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, proper human diet is a thing. But yeah, I need to flip this one more time. Try to get a little bit of that yolk cooked on the other side. I think it'll be all right. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, we're gonna call that one done. Look at this. Boom. And you go in the sink, and you go up here, and then our pans literally go right there. They just kind of hang out. I'm gonna take you over here. Excuse me, dog. Up, 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 up. Good girl. Good girl. All right. So, yeah, let's sit down and eat something. I need to wipe my face. I'm getting sweaty. Why do we keep these right here? Why is it so hot today? I mean, it's cloudy out. This is Alaska. Shouldn't be sweating this much. That's a good thing. If you're sweating, that means your metabolism's working. And if you're trying to lose weight, you want to be able to sweat easily. Now, I spent years of my life morbidly obese, and I tried not to sweat. Funny thing enough. But yeah, that was because I was like super fat. I was out of shape, super lazy, by the way. Yeah, nuts. Okay, this is how we got it. I'm gonna start popping into this steak here, and I'm gonna have to pull you guys a little bit closer. Dun, dun, dun. Whew. There we go. We have a decent angle there, I hope. Yeah, looks pretty good. Let's see. She does meat very sparingly, lots of salads and vegetables. Boy, I can't do that anymore. Now, I used to be that way. I used to be a vegan. I did vegan for quite a while. Well, my idea of quite a while is 7 months. It was like 7 months of misery and torture. And I was doing it because of a partner I had. And that's usually how a lot of guys get suckered into doing the vegan diet. Yeah, you get with a pretty girl that turns into a vegan, and you kind of follow her because that's what guys do. We chase the tail, just like deer in the woods. But it's a sad story. But she was never healthy. She was always sick. And I was always sick. And I was like, why are we doing this again? Because it doesn't feel right. And, I get the mentality behind, oh, don't kill the poor animals, poor Bambi. It's like, yeah, well, most vegans don't last much longer than 35 years old. There are a few of them out there. Absolutely. There's older ones out there. But the majority of them started around 16 to 18 years old. And then they bail out when they hit 35 and they realize they're lacking in nutrition, like all the way around. So then they come back around to bacon. Oh man. Nice fatty piece on the end. Yep. Get a little egg in the next bite there. Oh, I cooked the yolk a little long on that one. But here's the thing, guys, if you've never tried a carnivore diet, after I eat this, I'm going to feel like $1 million. This stuff's going to digest. The nutrients in the meat, the eggs, it's going to fully absorb. As it travels through. And the animal fat, the natural animal fat, is going to help it, work its way through the system as well. It's going to make if you have enough fat in there, it's going to make your stool extremely pleasant. And there's a thing, it's called the mystery poop on the carnivore diet. So actually, it's not the mystery poop. It's considered the mystery wipe. That's when you get to a certain point on the carnivore diet, you go to wipe. There's nothing. It's like, why did I even use toilet paper? Yeah, you're literally clean on your behind after you've gone. And it's a nice, healthy, not overly hard stool. And it's almost puzzling the first time it happens, but it happens to anybody that gets super strict on the carnivore diet. Now, as a general rule, now I know I'm eating food. I like talking about poop anyways, because that's a major process of the carnivore diet. Because when you're eating vegetables, you're pooping all the time. You can have random poops. I know vegetarians and vegans that just poop themselves out of just surprise. They're like, oh, I need to go change. I just spat myself. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like doing that. That kind of surprise happens when you go out to eat fast food too, if you're eating it all the time and too much. It just hurts me when I see these young children and they're constantly having to run to the bathroom. That doesn't happen when you eat steak, eggs, bacon, natural animal fats. That just doesn't happen. There is no surprise poop during the day. If there is, that means you're actually sick. But the fun part about the carnivore diet is when you get sick, you're not sick like normal people get. Like normal people that eat crap food all the time, they go out to eat fast food, they eat boxed food, boxed cereal. You don't get sick like they do, because I was sick all the time before this. I didn't want to be around my children before this because they were getting me sick because I was eating a junk diet. Pizza all the time, it just wasn't good. None of the food I was eating before was good, and I thought I was making good choices because I was believing the front of the package. Now, that's a common mistake that most people make when they're morbidly obese, is they get overly consumed with looking at labels on the front of the package
You see non-GMO, you think, oh, that's great. Well, there's a bunch of crap that goes behind the non-GMO sticker. There's a bunch of crap that goes behind the keto sticker as well. I found out that's why I don't do a lot of the keto options, because a lot of them are actually carbs and turn into sugar, and they break you out of ketosis. It's like, but they're still selling it as keto friendly, and it's not. But if you're just aimlessly trying to stay a little healthier, and you believe that stuff like veg sticks, you know, those deep fried vegetable sticks, they're not even, I don't even think there's an ounce of vegetables in those vegetable sticks. They're made out of, the majority of it is just vegetable oil. And they use food coloring to make it look that vegetable flavor. They're not good for you either. Oh, look at this. There we go. Oh, you guys see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be a good bite there. It's got egg yolk on it. Mm. It has changed a lot, Holly. I don't know if you saw this weekend's video. I did take a clip out of my very first video that I ever made about my weight loss diet. It's kind of like it's part of the intro to my very first weight loss video. And it wasn't a very good video. It didn't do well. But I figured that one particular piece of where I was standing in the entryway here, and then talking about a lot of the sad crap I was going through, because it hurt. I was in so much pain. I couldn't lay down for a long time, so I was constantly up and down. I had severe sleep apnea, so I was constantly up and down before I got a CPAP. Even after I got the CPAP, I struggled for months trying to get used to it, trying to get it set up right. I mean, my apneas were so bad. So bad. Scary stuff. If you got sleep apnea, guys, take care of it. If you hear a relative snoring, that's sleep apnea. Get it taken care of. Snoring is really not natural. That means that's the first sign that you have a problem, is when you start snoring. And when I grew up, I knew a lot of people that snored. And my uncle snored a lot. And he was a truck driver. And I think he passed away earlier than he probably should have. And I don't know if it was a result of sleep apnea, high blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, you know, but a lot of that all ties into our health. And, you know, knowing what I know now is a lot of stuff can be easily preventable or put off like way later. You know, because some of us, we can have some sort of random issue, you know, random heart attack issue because or aneurysm or blood vessel burst or something, you know, could randomly happen. But there's a lot of issues out there that we can absolutely prevent just by eating certain foods. Not just certain foods, but I'm talking about like clean foods. I mean, this is a clean snack, and I don't snack very often, but if I do, this is kind of where I'm going. This is beef product. Now that I got these little handy containers, whatever I don't eat, I can put in a container. I can eat it later. Take it with me if I need to. Yeah. Fun times. I am loving this steak. This is great. I wanted to do this last week, but I didn't see enough money in the bank account to justify being able to do this. Chomps? You've never seen chomps before? Really? They're talked about like all the time. I wish I lived in the U.S. Oh, you're not in the U.S. That might be a problem. Dang. Yeah, chomps, and there's another brand called Think Jerky. They make a very similar beef stick like this, super clean. These things sell out at Costco pretty quick. They get these things like 2 or 3 pallets at a time. By the end of the week, these could potentially be sold out, especially when tourists come, because they know about these as well as being super clean, super healthy. It's high energy. You know, you eat this, it's just clean meat. But when you eat this stuff, it just turns you just into full, satisfied, and healthy option. Great for fishing trips. The young kids love them. Yeah, my boys, they both seem to like them too. So yeah, buy more. You know, if your kids are going to eat the healthy stuff, definitely buy up a lot of the healthy stuff that you're aware of. You let them snack the hell out of it. It's worth it. It's worth the extra money to keep them healthy. Because I guarantee you, they're not going to stay healthy on their own. They don't know how. They think Doritos are healthy. And they taste good. And they might. They might taste good. But when you break it down, they're poison. There's nothing healthy about a Dorito. Oh, Cyber Goose, you're in Canada? Huh. Oh. Are you in Europe or Canada? Oh, Denmark. Okay. Yeah, they got different stuff going on over there. Yeah, a person I mentioned in my recent video that I made, Ivy Wolf, she was filling me in on a lot of the options they have, meat-based options, which are surprisingly few and far between. She talked a lot about how the vegan population has kind of set its roots in over there, and they're trying to push their agenda over there. Which is fine, but I mean, see, here's the thing. It's like with the carnivore diet, I don't have to sit here and recruit people to try this because, when I push it, I push 90-10 eating principle. It just means up your protein levels. And so far, everybody I've talked to about this that's tried upping, that's not even a word, is it? But upping their protein levels has lost weight. They've gained health. They gained stamina over most things. Their actual attitude has changed pretty quickly. And that's just from eating more meats and fats. It's eating more eggs. Because the eggs all by themselves help level out hormone levels. They don't, if you're a person that gets upset all the time, try eating more eggs. Stay away from the overly processed food when you're adding additional stuff like eggs and bacon into your diet. Because if you're adding in a lot of eggs, a lot of bacon, a lot of natural fats that was previously deemed unhealthy, that does elevate your risk for potential heart attack, strokes, and stuff like that. Because, yeah, there's a lot of cholesterol in here, but if you're not eating all the carbohydrates and all the seed oils, inflammatory type stuff, almost all heart attacks have some sort of marker for inflammation. So, if you're staying away from inflammatory products by eating meats, natural animal fats, you already reduced your risk of a severe heart attack. Oh, we're getting up to the fattier, not necessarily fattier, the redder meat, because this is the thicker part of the cut there. We got some nice pink starting in there. Oh, a big piece of meat. I don't know if I can finish. I might be able to eat like half of it. But I got some decent fat going on over here. That there's like majority of that is fat. Yeah. And you want to eat the fat. I know if it's not cooked enough, just cook it some more. Get that fat, broke down so it's edible. People deep fry not deep fry, but they air fry their fat trimmings too, make them nice and tender, and they're so delicious in the air fryer. So yeah, I like the nice straight knife, not the serrated type, because when you cut it, you want that nice, you don't want to just tear into the meat. At least I don't like to. Everything about this diet fights depression. It fights depression, fights anxiety. It definitely builds confidence. I mean, because once you start overcoming a lot of those fears of like going out in public, because I was having problems. May 2023, I was having problems getting out of the house, and I'm a very sociable guy, but I didn't want to go to the stores anymore. I didn't want to go to the doctors. I was just sad all the time. I got a really chewy piece in there. No, actually, we made steak today, so I went out to Costco in the beginning of the live stream, was where I broke down everything that I had going on here. I got stuff from Walmart and Costco. I was basically setting myself up for a pleasant introduction to the BBBE. I'm gonna have a hard time saying that for the rest of the time. I got 90 days to figure out how to say that. Beef, bacon, butter, eggs. There we go. I said it right the first time. Well, probably like the 100th time I've said it wrong. But that's all I'm going to be eating for the next 90 days. Because I'm sincerely curious. I'm like, because I've done solid 5-day stretches of just carnivore type eating. And then on the weekends, I might have a cauliflower pizza, I might have a banana or apple or, 90-10. Okay. Now, if I have some so-called like junk food, I try to keep it like the healthier side of the junk food. It's got less overly processed ingredients in it. Those pop chips seem to work pretty good. I don't know what the hype is. People don't like those because they're made out of what? Potatoes, and they do have some vegetable oil and seed oil. But I did notice it didn't seem like they had soy oil. I think the soy was what was really creating a lot of problems. So the little minor amount of vegetable oil that was in like those pop chips that I was eating didn't affect me one bit. I was surprised. I thought it was gonna, because I'm super sensitive to vegetable oils and seed oils. But I was actually kind of happy. I was like, wow, this is helpful information, because people that are getting started, I can explain that to them and say, hey, I tried this product right here. You can try this product when you're trying to make a little bit better choices, a little bit healthier lifestyle decisions. And this will get you started, because as long as you get started in the right direction, things tend to fall in place pretty naturally. And since I make getting healthier my habit, it's a habit. It's one of those things that I just created into a hobby, getting healthy. Now that I created it into a hobby and talking about it's part of that hobby, it's made it a whole lot more fun. Because if I was just doing this by myself, no interaction with anybody outside, I would have probably failed. I would have failed within the first 30 days. No doubt about it. So being part of a group, being part of a social media group, following whoever you want on YouTube, do it. Try to interact with the groups. There's a lot of social groups out there that wrap around health. I don't care what diet you're on. If you're trying to get healthy, hang around the people that are healthy, and try to learn from them. Also hang around the realistic people like myself that have been doing it, and they're just explaining it like, hey, this is what happened. Like, for real, this is seriously what happened. I gained better hearing. I don't have sleep apnea. I lost a lot of weight, which is all great. But, just hearing that story doesn't help you at all. It's like, well, how did you do it? Well, if I'm not around to like, hey, talk you through it, like, this is kind of where I started. I started with fasting. And then I moved on to, the keto type diet. That didn't work. Atkins diet, that didn't work. There's all kinds of stuff that I've tried throughout the years, and this has been the only thing. Eating meat, eggs, bacon, been the only thing that has worked. It's also been the only thing to keep me full. It breaks down all of my cravings for snacking. Just this right here, this on this plate. Yeah, I'm not going to want to snack after I'm done this. I'm going to be tired because I'm trying to digest all of this protein, these yummy eggs, and I'm going to feel really awesome tomorrow at about 3 o'clock in the morning when I get up to go to work. While everybody else is waking up and they're like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't have that in the morning anymore. I used to. I don't have that anymore. So, let's say I work a 17-hour day, which doesn't happen much, by the way. But I can work a 17-hour day. I can sleep 5-6 hours. And when I wake up, it's like this. I'm like, okay, just give me a cup of coffee and I'm happy. And that's a cup of black coffee, by the way. I gotta cut that a little smaller, because if there's a tough piece of fat in there, I don't want to be choking on it. That was tender. Nice juicy piece. Yeah. So I don't know who it was. I can't remember that far back now. They bought me some beef tallow. What a great idea. If you've never cooked in beef tallow, if you've never seared a steak in beef tallow, please try it. Please try that. It tastes so freaking good. It tastes so good. I just put beef tallow in the pan and salted the heck out of this thing. And that tastes amazing. I mean, bacon grease does work. The only problem with bacon grease is it does start smoking. And that can create a problem, especially if you're in an apartment. And you got really sensitive fire detectors that are like 12 feet off the floor. Yeah, that's a problem. Man, making the eggs with this was such a great idea. That's so good. So we have a restaurant here in town, and I'm sorry I should have got some pictures and images. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. I went through my phone, but I didn't have any, because when I was discussing the 90-10, so on the weekends, like I said, I get a little bit more relaxed on the weekends. I still try to keep it basically wrapped around protein based. So I went out, there's a place called Kava's Pancake House here in Anchorage, Alaska. Very, very good breakfast food. And they have this burrito. I did talk about it at one point, but they have this big giant breakfast burrito. I mean, this thing is big. It's massive. And you just simply ask for what ingredients you don't want in there. So it's got some vegetables. You can tell them to take those out. I ordered mine with eggs. Let's see, it's got eggs, it's got ham, it's got bacon, it's got some sort of sausage in there. I didn't care if the sausage was super clean. It came with cheese and some sort of chili type sauce that goes on top. And on the side, you can get a cup of sour cream. That goes well. And a cup of some sort of salsa. But here's the thing. That whole burrito there was like 90% meats and fats. So you don't have to eat the wrapper if you don't want to, but it's nice having the wrapper to see exactly what size of food you're getting. So you can eat the wrapper, you can not eat the wrapper, because sometimes I eat the wrapper and I'm just fine. It's not, that little bit of carb isn't bothering me. That's not really wrecking the plan for the week. And I can actually still maintain weight loss the following week. And at bare minimum, I'm maintaining my weight throughout the week, because when I go throughout the week, I'm focused mainly on meats and fats. That's almost all I focus on throughout the week. I try not to focus on anything else but the meats and fats. You know, once in a while I might slip up, and we're only human. So you just got to work. Hey, Vicky, nice to see you there. Let's see, that's still my favorite. Sprouts have beef tallow. No, Sprouts do not. But you can definitely cook them up in beef tallow if you want to. Do you also barbecue your steaks? I don't. Mainly because my grill is a piece of crap. I need a new grill. We were supposed to replace it this year. I was trying to get a smoker box kind of set up going this year, but yeah, that never happened. Summer is almost over here. And I do need to get another grill before winter, because we grill even when it's snowing, even when it's like 10 below outside. We'll still be out there, you know, cooking food on the grill if we got a decent grill. But that grill is garbage. It wasn't great when I first got it, brand new. It has definitely outlasted its usage. I'm surprised it's lasted this long. But yeah, I would like to have a nice smoker box, you know, that runs up to like a charcoal grill. That would be nice. Get some smoke rolling, get some wood, you know, burning. Let that flavor bug all the neighbors with that wonderful smoky smell. And we could also smoke some salmon on a setup like that too. We got a whole freezer full of salmon back there. Yes, sir, St. Davis. Absolutely. I do a lot of fasting. That's how I got my weight loss journey started. I started with a 5-day water fast, bit extreme, but it worked. It lost me 30 pounds. 5-day water fast. Lost me 30 freaking pounds. Even if it was just water weight, who cares? That's 30 pounds of water weight gone, even if that's all it was water weight and not a pound of fat came off. Now, the best part about that is that 30 pounds never came back. It just kept getting better after that. And I kept trying all kinds of different types of fasting because at that point, fasting itself just really, really interested me. Because I started looking into the history of fasting, a lot of different religions that practice fasting and why. Once you start wrapping yourself around the educational parts of, why ketosis works, why autophagy works, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not very good at explaining things, but once you start getting the basic mindset that, this happens in 16 hours or this happens in 20 hours, then it makes it a whole lot more fun because now I'm not just fasting aimlessly or starving myself, because fasting is not starving. But if you don't know the process and you don't have these little bitty milestones of getting into, say, ketosis, or the next milestone, which is turning on your metabolism, because my metabolism was like broke. I didn't sweat. I didn't lose weight. I was just gaining weight. Didn't matter what I did until I did something really extreme, like a 5-day water fast. It was crazy. It was crazy how it all worked because that's the natural. Well, fasting is one of the natural ways of losing weight. Eating a carnivore diet is also a very natural way of losing weight because your body naturally self-regulates to all the nutrients, the vitamins and minerals, everything that's in a carnivore type diet. If you're using healthy salts like Himalayan pink salt, Celtic salt, Redmond salt also works really, really well. It gives us all the basic vitamins and minerals we need. And I'm taking a lot less vitamins now. Especially after my last blood work panel, because I have already accomplished that point of where I don't need a lot of stuff. Like B12 vitamin, I don't need B12 anymore. My B12 is like off the charts, and that's just because, my diet is 90%. At least 90%. Now it's going to be 100% for the next 90 days or more. I don't know. If I feel really fantastic at the end of this 90-day challenge, then I might just continue this. Just, give me steak, give me eggs, give me burger meat with eggs. And there we go. I'm just going to live life like that because I feel fabulous. When I eat a burger bowl and it's just got eggs on it and a little shake of cheese. Now the shake of cheese, that can be a problem. Cheese can be a problem because we tend to overeat cheese. And I'm not alone with that one because I know many other people, even carnivores, that have gotten into cheese and like, oh man, they automatically plateau for one, just kind of stalls you out. And then if you eat too much cheese, you just kind of start naturally gaining weight, retaining a little bit of water. It's what it is. But cheese is magical. I couldn't imagine life without eating some sort of real dairy type cheese. Yeah, it was a staggering amount of weight in 5 days. I couldn't believe it. That's the reason I made a video about it, was because I couldn't believe that I lost 30 pounds in the first 5 days. I mean, my coworkers at work couldn't believe it either. Real gummy piece of fat I got going on here. But okay. It only took me 15 weeks to lose my first 100 pounds. 15 weeks. I thought I was going to have it nailed down in 14, but I missed that mark. It took me 15 weeks to lose my first 100 pounds of weight. And I thought that was worth sharing. Who did that? Cyber Goose, you're awesome. $30 for your next barbecue grill. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet of you. You guys are awesome. I don't do much out here. I just come out here and just tell people how it goes. I don't promote any products, except for what I use. If I'm using a product and I like it, I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly about it. And I'm just honest. I've had so many people come to the channel and say, hey, would you promote this product? I'm like, okay, let me try it out. Let me see what I think about it. And then I'm going to make an honest review about it. Well, and then they're like, they want you to say certain things. Well, that comes into a contract type agreement. I can't agree to that type of stuff. Because if I do that, then I have to go through different hoops. It's just not worth it for me. You send me a product for free, yeah, I'm going to review it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to test it out. And I'm going to tell people my honest opinion, like, okay, this is awesome, or this really stinks. You know, just like this here. You know, this is something new to me. I don't know anything about it. I don't mind showing it off. If I don't like this product, yeah, you're going to hear that I don't like it. And I make positive videos too about stuff that I do like from time to time. I just want to share what's actually happening. Whoa, that little piece almost went flying across the room. What is that? I don't even know what that is. It says 200 something. It can't be dollars. It's got to be something else. Oh, okay. The Cyber Goose. All right. DKK 200. Oh, so that equates to $30. Okay, I think I understand what's going on now. That makes sense. I don't know what unit of measurement that is for monetary value. What in the world is a Danish krone? Sounds like a dessert. Oh, okay, you guys are helping me here, and I'm just not putting the piece of the puzzle together. Danish krone. Okay, that makes sense. So the currency is Danish, or Danish krone, and yeah, learn something new every day. This is the best part about doing these live streams. I mean, I don't have to have 1,000 people on here. I just need to have 4 or 5 decent people that like to have a conversation and talk. And oh my goodness, I apologize. I thought this was already done. Let me see. There we go. Here's a button, and ta-da! There we go. Because Cyber Goose has been around for a long time. And seriously, people, you know, those people that I see coming back that have these random conversations when I just randomly go live, because I don't schedule these things. I just hit the button. It just happened. Like I said, I was up at 2 o'clock this morning filming the video. I edited it. I figured it out. I uploaded it. And it's on the internet now. And then I just went out and I recorded another complete video, which I still have to complete before the end of the day. And thankfully it's only 10:30 here in the morning. So that gives me the rest of the afternoon to work on that video, get it uploaded, you know, for going to Costco and going to Walmart. A little bit of comparison type carnivore talking in there. I started doing a different style of video at first. So that footage is probably just going to go, because that's okay. Or I might keep it in there. I don't know. But I don't know what I do with stuff until I get it on the computer and I start piecing it together. But I have a certain way of doing shopping videos that just makes it go bumpity 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 bump. And it's just kind of like scoots me on through the store and then off to the next store. I try to be fast. I try to just keep it going, not have a whole bunch of boring walking around type stuff. It's like, hey, oh yeah, let's look at this and let's look at that and like check this out. I get excited naturally when I see certain things. Like there was this one product I checked out that I was super excited to find. Because a friend of mine, she's a YouTuber out of New Jersey, and she does Walmart walkthrough shopping videos. Her channel name is Moments with Us, and I've been following her since throughout the pandemic. She's the one that got me started on YouTube. She helped me with doing Walmart walkthroughs and stuff like that. I used to take notes off of some of her videos and try to do stuff with like she does, but in my own style. Because that's important too. We don't want to be clones, like somebody else out here. We just try to do our own stuff. Yeah, moderators are great. I love having moderators because you guys have all pitched in at some point. When stuff gets crazy or I get talking or, like when I'm doing the steak, I can't look at the phone. I have to have a moderator because, when I first started these streams, I used to get just spam bot after spam bot and they were just destroying the stream, making it miserable for people like you that actually interact back and forth. Yeah, that made it really hard. And it made it stressful on me because I was new at doing live streams. I was new at trying to control the stream and handle the situation. But at that time, I also didn't have a lot of people that I trusted at the time like I do now, because you guys, you watch my videos too, and you comment on my videos. It doesn't have to be anything lengthy or awesome. It could just be like a little emoji or something that helps. That helps me out a lot. I'm to the point now where I don't care if the video gets pushed anymore. I just want the video to get out to the right people, and if that right people is only 100 viewers, that's great, as long as it's helping somebody or, you know, pushing somebody through their own journey to lose weight. That's all I care about. Now, all right, that egg is going to get eaten because I'm in the mood for egg. Cut you up. Sometimes you just need to eat the egg. Forget about the steak. It's amazing that out of all the eggs that I've eaten throughout this carnivore journey and all the previous teachings about high cholesterol and be careful with your eggs, that was all a bunch of crap. All of it. And then I find out some factual information that, like, when athletes get like a torn muscle or something like that, or something like a, you know, a joint injury, they prescribe them like 30 eggs a day for an extended period of time to hopefully help speed up the process of healing that injury. And I thought that was crazy. I was like, man, 30 eggs a day, you know, times 7 days a week, you know, times a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, that's a lot of freaking eggs. So if they can eat that many eggs, why can't I? You know how full you are after you eat 30 eggs in a day? It's not exactly easy. Man, those eggs just taste so good. They got like the bacon grease, the beef tallow flavor, the steak flavor. Yeah, that's delicious. Well, that's what I got left of the steak. I'm not really hungry anymore. That's the nice part. I think I'm going to call that good. I'm going to put that away. Awesome, guys. You know, every single one of you that's on here watching right now, all 11 of you, you know, you've all tried something and we didn't exactly do it 100%. But now a lot of us are getting more serious. And that happens. That's a natural evolution of starting something. Because for starters, you don't ever get good at something the first time you try it. There's no way. It's like even when you're a baby, you're just trying to hold a glass. You weren't good at it. You kept dropping it. You kept spilling it. And I guess my point is that we're designed to make mistakes, and you don't get, you know, good at something without consistency, and you don't get consistency without trying things over and over again and trying something new. I didn't get good at truck driving on the first day I drove. You know, it took me many years to get as good as I am, and that's worth some money now. That's where I make my money now, is because I gain my value that way. So, yeah, as long as you're consistent and you keep trying, then all of a sudden you get really good at it. Then, you know, you gain speed, just like back in the old days. And I feel like I'm talking about myself like I'm ancient now. When I went to school, we had typewriters. Anybody remember those? Anybody here old enough to remember typewriters? Like, we actually sat there and like, and then when you screwed up on the page, you had to throw it away, start all over again. And some people were better than others. Typewriters were fun. They were fun mainly because they were mechanical. I mean, I miss typewriters a little bit, but I don't miss the frustration of getting to the very last page or where I'm supposed to write something just for closing. And then I wind up screwing up the whole thing, or my ribbon screws up, and yeah, it sucked. But yeah, we all had that. Oh, you went to typing class. All right. Yeah, we all had typing class when I was a kid. And then we had typing class when we got computers not long after. Tornado. Ooh, in Canada. Ooh. Canada's a crazy place. So when I came up the Alcan Highway, yeah, totally off topic. When I came up the Alcan Highway, I drove up straight through Winnipeg, and then I took a really confusing turn to get on the Alcan Highway because it didn't look right. So when you come up into Winnipeg, you have to it takes you up and then turns you like this, and then you actually have to take a right turn to get on a road, which looks like on the map you take a left turn. It's weird. So Winnipeg is a weird place. And then you get on the Alcan Highway and you go through Saskatchewan and stuff like that. And there's the most beautiful flower fields out there. You know, at that time, I didn't have a way to record what I was seeing. But the drive across there was just so pretty. They'd have these red flowers, blue flowers, yellow flowers, just miles of them, just miles, miles and miles. And I'm just like, what in the world do they have all these flowers here? And yeah, I guess they use them for like dyes, like some of them for food coloring too. I was fascinated with all the flowers they had. Let's see, I'm planning on doing another fast starting tomorrow. My goal is 72 hours. Oh, you can do it. 72 hours, that's a snap. Just plan yourself, prime yourself before you get ready to go into a fast. So you got plenty of nutrition. You know, like what I do is I just eat a big bowl of ground beef with whatever. You want to put eggs in there. You just kind of overstuff yourself before the fast starts. And then you start your fast after that meal. That way you got tons of nutrition to make it through the first 24 to 48 hours. And then the next 24 hours is that fast. It goes so quick. I mean, a 72-hour fast is a great fast to try because for those people that have a broken metabolism, that's ideal. You want to do that 72-hour fast and be consistent with it and stick with it because you're basically restarting a broken motor at that point. Because when I started, I didn't feel my body shift gears until the third day. So I was so fat, over 400 pounds, broken, miserable cow. But when I got to that third day, my body went like that, and I was just like, I could feel something going on in there, and it wasn't a scary type feeling. It was a different feeling. I could feel my body was on fire. Before I got to that 3-day point, I was already urinating a lot more because it's a water fast, so you're drinking at least half of your body weight converted into ounces. And yeah, so I was urinating a lot. My kidneys were starting to work again. My inner organs were starting to work again. My digestive system was doing its thing. Everything was feeling great. I pooped every single day of that 5-day water fast. I didn't skip a day. I mean, every day, no food for 5 days, and I had a consistent daily poop. Weird. Yeah, because our guts, our stomach, and our entire intestinal system, you can hold on to anywhere from 3 to 5 days worth of food in there. That's just right here. That's all of that extended belly that most people have, especially when they're overeating and snacking like nonstop. A couple times so far, I just make up my mind. It seems like day 2 is the worst. Day 2 could be a hard one to get past. But if you've reached the end of a 72-hour fast and you feel like you accomplished something. I mean, I do 24-hour fasting, OMAD type fasting every day. I mean, so that's nothing. I mean, that's nothing at all to accomplish. But my point is that, yeah, you start doing those extended fasts, for 48 hours. Oh, there was a fast that I was trying to do. I don't know if any of you remember. I was trying to do the rolling 36-hour fast. So you have 36 hours of fasting. And then you have, I think, a 6-hour feeding window. So you got 6 hours from the time you end that fast to eat food. And 6 hours is a pretty long time. So you can eat a couple different times in that feeding window. But my point is that was one of the hardest fasts I think I've ever tried. And I've done extended fasts that weren't that hard. I think a lot of it had to do with the way it rolls around the clock. Because 36 hours is a little weird how it rolls around the clock. Because your feeding window is going to be at different times if you're just rolling it for an entire week. That was a hard one. The guy that was doing it seemed to be doing pretty good on it, but yeah, it wasn't for me. It was so hard I wasn't even trying to promote it. I was like, if I had that hard of a time with a rolling 36-hour fast, and I wasn't going to try to put anybody else through it. It was that bad. Yeah, 36 hours and 6 hours feeding. It was like a mental, the F word I'm thinking of. It was a mental mind. Yeah, I was like, whoa. And I had a lot of fasting experience before that. I was just so messed up trying to do it. So I made it like 2 days, and then I was like, yeah, I can't even complete this one. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, that's another thing. If you're not ready to go into a fast, you got to be psyched up. You got to be ready to go. It's like, all right, yeah, I'm doing this. I got a plan in place. I got enough food. I got enough nutrition in my body. We're ready to just rock this thing. I'm not going to eat for 3 days or a week or however long. Planning is important. Another part of that fasting planning is make sure you're planning your fast around how you're grocery shopping. Because if you're not going to eat for 72 hours, whatever food you purchased, if it's perishable, it's going to go bad. If you're single, that food's just going to go to crap in the fridge. So you got to make sure you do your grocery shopping accordingly. Start your fast according to, what you have for perishable type items in your house. Because if you don't have somebody there to help you eat these foods, then yeah, it turns into a mess. You wind up throwing away a lot of stuff. Hey, Shannon, thank you. I appreciate you coming in as always. Yeah, you take care as well. But whoa, how long have I been doing this? Oh, almost 2 hours. I have a bad habit of doing long live streams. I know some of you guys enjoy the long live streams, but when it comes to trying to get repeat viewers into the stream, to even watch a part of it, when they see 2 hours, they're like, that's a lot of dedication, because I wouldn't expect anybody to just see my thumbnail, click on that, and stick around for a 2-hour live stream that's already been played. Because the whole point of a live stream to me is the interaction with you guys, talking back and forth, hanging out, having a good time. You guys are like police in the neighborhood. I kind of like it when I see all the comments are all blue and lit up. That means I have even if it's just you guys alone right now, I've done something today. I feel good. I feel accomplished because you guys showed up. And you've all been around long enough to be these nice, pretty blue lit up letters on here. That makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I did something. Yeah, that's important. But okay, guys, I'm going to bail out here. This is what I got left of that steak. I can't finish this. I'm probably going to have to sear up the ends, cook it a little bit better, and then I'm going to store it. That's not a problem. I'm just going to fire up that pan. I'm going to cook off the ends. I need to cook that fat down on the ends a little bit more. But I'm going to bail out here. I want to thank all of you for being who you are, because you guys are the only reason that I do these streams, is to hopefully talk to you guys once in a while and interact. So, all right. I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody that hit that like button before they left the stream. If anybody's new here and you want to learn a little bit more about how an average fat guy figured out how to lose weight, absolutely, subscribe, check out the channel, see what's going to happen next. Because I don't know how this BBBE challenge is going to work out for the next 90 days. I have no clue. I am hopeful that it's not going to be that miserable, but I like cheese. I like hot sauce. There's a lot of things, even on a carnivore diet, that I love, but that aren't going to be part of the diet for the next 90 days. So there's a lot of things that are going to be left out that I like. That's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for me. But rest assured, I have a whole community standing behind me. I got you guys cheering me on. I feel pretty amazing about that. And what's that? Timmy Tom, the Keto Wave Lifestyle. Good Sunday, Big John. I am going to clarify a couple of things. There's a store called Sprouts, which is similar to Nusagaya store. They're on University Drive. They're in Anchorage. They would have tallow. Very nice. Sprouts. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up when I get done. I want to see more about that and go check it out. Nusagaya is pretty on the pricey side. Also, Natural Pantry. Very nice products, very nice store, but they tend to get higher in price. So depending on people's income level, I don't talk about them a whole lot, mainly because I try to discuss stuff on a budget. I try to be realistic. I try to keep carnivore simple and affordable. Because when people get started, the first thing, even I did, I thought, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford steaks all the time. I can't afford to buy meat and eat just meat all the time. That's going to be so expensive. Well, guys, I figured out how to do it per week on less than $100. I mean, it's probably less than that. It's probably less than $50. I can survive for a whole week on under that. Not a problem. I mean, just a 10-pound chub of meat that can feed a person for an entire week, and then buy 60 eggs. There you go. That's all under $100. And maybe some bacon. Yeah, still under $100. But okay, guys, I want you to take care. I'm going to check out where Sprouts is, and is a bit expensive. Yeah, I can still check them out though. That'll still be worth my time. You know, check out a new store. I probably will go in there first without doing any type of recording, because I just find it more polite. And I also find it polite that if I do any type of vlogging in a store, I like to be able to walk in the stores, talk good about products. I also like to be able to talk good about the store and customer service. So a pre-visit is always in order before I go to any of these stores and talk about them. You know, because I don't like trying to make a store look bad that's honestly trying to do good, and I just got the wrong impression. So that's my take on that. No Blue by name, and I'm always here. Just not a talker. What the heck, Don? I see you quite a bit. I do appreciate you when you come back. I like seeing your name, you know, when these streams pop up. And I know some people like just turning on the streams because I just chatter on and on. And some people actually just put their earbuds in, throw me in their pocket, and they just listen to the stream as they're taking a walk around the neighborhood, taking their dog out, you know, taking their kids to the park. So yeah, I'm starting today, man. I'm starting today. I was kind of hyped up about it. Who was it? Laura Spath. She was the one that inspired this. That was the reason why that I wanted to give it a try. I thought about it a while back, doing the BBBE challenge for, 60, 90 days. I just never really took it that seriously. But the way that she was talking about it in that video, I did put a link to her video in the last video I just uploaded for this weekend's weight loss update. So if anybody wants to check out her video or check out Ivy Wolf, those links are both in the comments section of that video. And yeah, I think there's a lot to learn, especially from Laura Spath. She's very good at talking. Me and her talk a lot alike. I mean, our cadence is the same, our pauses are similar. And I was just amazed by that because I didn't gain this ability until 30 to 60 days after I got into the carnivore diet. I couldn't even string together a complete sentence, let alone be doing a live stream for an hour and a half. I could imagine her live streams are extremely relevant and powerful, with the amount of education and information she's obtained over this entire time. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Dawn, I would definitely love to have a partner with doing this challenge. If you can do it, great. If you try it and fall off, not a big deal, man. We're not gonna haze anybody here like, oh man, you fell off. That it's all right. We just find a new start date is all and try it again. And maybe we just won't like it. But I don't think that way. I don't think like, oh, I'm just not gonna like it, because then I tend to use that as an excuse. I don't want to use that as an excuse because I want to get into it. I know eating only meats and fats makes me feel fantastic. So why not feel fantastic for 90 days? That's where I'm at, guys. Yeah, BBBE challenge, bacon, butter, beef, and eggs. That's all it's going to be for the next 90 days. I'll keep you updated every week and let you know how it goes. After I get done with this stream, I have to start on that carnivore type shopping video. That's going to take some time because I don't even know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail, and that's a backwards thing because everything changed mid-swing as I started recording. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But all right, guys, I want to say God bless. I hope to see you next time. I appreciate every single one of you.